Hi, everybody, and welcome to Unit 3 of English 221. So here I am sitting, reading magazine, actually in print. I could get a paper cut if I wanted to. I subscribe to a magazine called The Week, and comes every week, as you might expect. And what it does is it basically summarizes events that have occurred over the past 7 days. They're well known for their cartoons and for their political imaging, for both parties, for across the aisle, for global events. They're well known for their research and basically for covering things that are happening not only in the US, but around the world. One of the things that this magazine does that I really like is they show evidence from different news outlets, different sources. Now, you're probably wondering, why are you telling me this, right? Well, go back to Unit 1. Remember how I explained that one of the things that we were doing in this class was we were doing bicep curls and squatting at the same time, right? We are working on very discrete skills in kind of real world situations, exercises, that kind of thing. And so the goal here in Unit 3 is kind of the same as it was in Unit 1 and in Unit 2. You're not writing this massive essay. You are working on very focused, concrete skills. And the skills that you're working on in this particular unit are required of the course. They are required in the UC system. They are required in the CSU system. It's the reason why we can call this an advanced comp and critical thinking course. These skills of information literacy are also part of our general education plan at LMC. So they're actually really pretty important in the overall scheme of things. So our job this week and next week and the following week, it's a 3-week unit. You're going to be coming out of this unit having written a piece much like what I might read in the week. So let's take a look at what that looks like. All right, so here's week 7. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and click into this writing assignment, main story at a glance. And this assignment, this page will break down essentially what you're going to be writing, but I want to show it to you. So you're going to click on the Week magazine, and it will take you here to a page that's free. There's no paywall here. You don't have to pay to get in here. You can access the online editions of the Week, and you can look inside of them pretty easily. So let's take a look at let's see, this week's September 23rd. So you're going to do this, and you can see you have access to countless numbers. I don't know how far back it goes, but it's actually pretty interesting. So we're going to take a look at the week that the Queen died. We're going to look inside this. And when you click into, oh, it's going to have you log in. That's new. Okay, well, that's new. Okay. You might need to log in. That's a new feature. All right, well, this is a new feature. So if you have an email account that you use for junk email, or even if it's just your school email account, go ahead and register. You're going to be able to see all of my crazy Gmail accounts. All right. Okay, so I completed registration. This is like one of those cooking shows where, you put something in the oven and then it's like, bam, it's done, So, okay, so go ahead and complete the registration. That's a little nuts. And what you're going to do is, and again, don't pay for anything. You're going to click into the article, into the magazine, and you are going to look for the page it's almost always page 4 and 5. But you're going to look for this spread, the main stories and how they were covered. Okay. This is essentially what you are replicating in the assignment that's going to be due at the end of this unit. You're going to be writing a what happened, a kind of what everybody else said, and then you'll have a third section, which is what do I think? So what I would encourage you to do is I would encourage you to kind of read. You can read this one about Charles III. You can read about Ukraine. Excuse me. You can go into other magazines or other issues of the same magazine. Again, read how this section flows. You know, the other pages are all different. And like I said, you might end up really liking this, you might not. But what I want you to replicate is this page of the main stories and how they were covered. That's what this assignment is essentially asking you to do. And again, thinking about that requirement from the UC and the CSU system for this class, a lot of it revolves around research. And I think one of the hard kind of tasks for students is to conduct a lot of research and then apply it to a long essay. To me, those are two very heavy lifting moves that we ask of students. So in this case, what I'm asking you to do is I'm asking you to do the research, and then you're going to be writing about it in a much smaller way, a much more focused way. And you can see that they do that here, right? This first section of the article talks exclusively about what happened. The second one, what people had to say about what happened. And then the third section will be, what do you think? So the assignment is asking you to write essentially all three of those things about whatever event you wanted to write about. Each section for you needs to be a minimum of 300 words. So you can, of course, go beyond that. You will be required to use a variety of different sources as they do here. Okay, so let's head back into the assignment here. So again, what happened, what everybody else said, and what you think. You will be required to use at least 4 different sources. And again, part of that goal is to learn more about that information literacy, learn more about how to conduct research online. And a lot of this will be a review for you from English 100 or from previous English courses you've taken even in high school, right? Some of those research tactics don't necessarily change a whole lot, but how you sift through information certainly does change. Your audience for this is someone who doesn't know anything about your topic. Totally fresh, totally clean. Who's the queen? Who's King Charles, right? And if you know whatever your situation is, assume that your audience knows nothing about what you're talking about, which means that your what happened section is really crucial, right? You need to kind of bring your reader up to speed and let them know what took place. Draft, much like the Writers of the Week, you are writing directly to your audience of readers who is eager to know more about your topic. Now, I will be meeting folks with during conferences if you would like on the week of the 9th and the week of the 16th. Your essay, I'm not even going to call it an essay. It's like your third writing is what we're going to call it. Third writing. Second writing, unit 3. Unit 3 writing. Obviously, I am mixing up my classes here. Your unit 3 writing here is going to be due at the end of week 9. Okay. All right, and I should say this too. You are writing towards an audience who doesn't know anything about the topic. And I should tell you that you will also be sharing your writing with the class. And that's so that we can all benefit from your research. We can all benefit from what you learned. We can benefit from the knowledge of the topic you chose to research, right? And I think that there's real value in that. Let's hop over to the learning objectives. And you can, in the course module here for week 7, you can see what those learning objectives are. Reading rhetorically, right? So part of what you're going to have to do in this module, in this unit, is think about the articles that you are going to be encountering. What types of arguments are they making to you? What's their approach? What information are they including? Maybe even what information are they not including? That kind of taps into the whole idea of media bias, which we're going to be talking about this week. The information literacy I mentioned, right? That's the goal of the course. It's also a general education goal of the college. And then evidence and support, we're going to talk a lot about how to integrate evidence, because as you can see in the week article, the integration of evidence is on point, and we're going to be working on that. The analysis, this is for you. Like, why does this topic matter for you? What do you think? That's the third section in this writing assignment that you're going to be writing about. Your organization, your scope, and your mechanics. And so these are our learning objectives for this unit. Let me go ahead and also give you a glimpse of what the other weeks look like. So next week for week 8, again, there's nothing really new. It's more working on the research. If you would like to meet with me about your draft, you can do that. And then week 9, again, there's nothing new here. It's just a lot of research, meeting with me, working on the writing, and then you'll be submitting it at the end of week 3, which will take us just about to the end of October. Okay. All right. So in the meantime, what I would recommend you do is go into the week, that link that's in the assignment, register for an account. Again, don't pay for anything. It's all free, but they want you to register. Again, sorry about that. That's new. And read through some articles. Again, you're only looking at the articles that are on that first spread, the main stories and how they're covered. So you can look at variety of past issues and just look at how these writers are writing about what's current, what's happening right now. And you'll notice that those sources are coming from a variety of different places, which is also going to be true for your writing. So again, concrete, discrete skills with my dogs in the background, and really thinking about your audience for this piece, and your objective of providing that audience with factual information.